Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. So, Vechain is going to enable the mass adoption of dApps and create new business opportunities. Now, this is called Delegation as a Service, and it's a feature in the Vechain blockchain that they've actually activated. Now, this is actually a really good time to do this because I think retail investors are starting to come back into crypto, and this could grab them at least some money for Vechain. So users, when using public blockchain-based decentralized applications or dApps, are typically responsible for two things: signing transactions using their private keys to invoke smart contract functions and paying crypto for their transactions to be executed, including the public ledger. However, the second responsibility requires users to be able to acquire and manage crypto. So you have to buy and manage crypto. And you have to endure for all of us, this is nothing, but you have to endure the volatility associated with the crypto market, as well as navigate potentially variable transaction costs. And we've seen those transaction costs rise on Ethereum. It's not really that big of a deal for Vechain, but we've seen it rise on Ethereum. Such issues make the mass adoption of dApps difficult and so far have proven a significant hindrance to the entire blockchain space, especially those transaction costs. Because how many of you want to pay $50 a transaction? No one? That's what I thought. At Vechain, we strongly believe that public blockchain should serve as an infrastructure layer and not be directly exposed to users of applications running it. As an analogy, think about it this way: if Amazon users were asked to pay for computational resources, like if you actually had to pay for the computational power, anytime they place an order, it would significantly impact the usability of the platform by placing constraints on the user. And that's kind of like what variable transaction costs and the volatility kind of are. And a lot of people don't like that. Looking at the wider blockchain space, interaction with blockchain-based dApps, like signing a transaction without processing crypto assets, seems impossible. Even if people do find some kind of solution, the Ethereum GSN, it tends to be expensive and technically inefficient. In contrast, Vechain Tor natively supports such functions thanks to the fee delegation protocol, particularly the VIP 191 protocol. In summary, Vechain Tor allows someone else to pay the gas fee of your transaction on your behalf, and that's what they've actually done for a lot of companies, and that does actually remove a significant adoption hurdle. They've done that for a lot of big organizations. However, having the fee delegation protocol alone is far from enough to turn Vechain Tor into a dApp powerhouse. Accordingly, they're going to they are announcing to formally introduce a new infrastructure level module we call fee delegation as a service. So it'll make things much easier. This service allows projects to hide the complexity of paying transaction costs from their users entirely, significantly improving the user experience and making them more able to be mass adopted. So those of you looking at Vetho burn, don't worry, you're still burning Vetho. They're just hiding that Vetho and burning it off screen somewhere. It will make it possible to pay any Vechain ecosystem token for transaction gas fees on Vechain Tor, potentially creating genuine demand for the token and relevant DeFi services. So essentially, it's going to be an easy way, regardless of what Vechain ecosystem coin you have. In the end, it still burns Vethor, but the system automatically transacts all that for you. So you can use any Vechain ecosystem token, and that might actually increase the demand for certain Vechain ecosystem tokens. The system itself will convert it into Vetho and burn it, but you don't have to go buy Vetho yourself and burn it. But the system is kind of like buying the Vetho at market price for you, essentially. So basically having it be completely seamless, so you don't actually have to hold VET. I mean, you have to hold VET to actually get Vetho, and this will probably make the demand of Vetho go up if the market just blows up. And since you're generating Vetho with VET, that'll eventually make VET go up as well. But this actually might basically enhance the viability of the Vechain ecosystem, which is a good thing for Vechain. The figure below illustrates how we will be able to structure the dApp with this service on Vechain Tor. The dash box marks the boundary of the dApp, including both on-chain and off-chain components. Each time a user wants to trigger a smart contract function, the dApp will request the signature of the user. At the same time, it will also send the same data to DAAS service provider to ask for signature to pay for the gas fee. So the gas fee still has to be paid, so VET and Vetho still have to be used. Once the dApp collects both signatures, it will assemble a transaction and broadcast it to the Vechain network. After the transaction is processed, the smart contract function will be executed, and a certain amount of Vetho will be deducted from the account of the service provider. So you have wallet, off-chain dApp components, smart contracts, VIP 201, DAS, and VIP 191. So in an example, imagine we have a blockchain-based gaming app that allows users to expand the native tokens of the project, purchasing weapons and armors, which exists as NFTs, to enhance their in-game characteristics. Users can also trade or sell NFTs they own on the in-game marketplace. To allow the game to be mass adopted, we need to expand the user base, because like you don't want every one of these game users to actually have to own Vetho, because that would actually prohibit people from playing the game if they didn't actually want to deal with crypto. So you have to build a system like this to actually take care of all of that. To allow the game to be mass adopted, we need to expand user base to reach people who have very little knowledge of crypto and blockchain. Without DAAS, users first need to learn a long list of things about blockchain before they can even start to play the game, and no one really wants to do that. With Dapps, the game now looks like a normal online game with in-game points and marketplace, something highly familiar to millions of people across the world. Individuals can acquire the project's native tokens through, for instance, game cards or airdrops. So there's different ways to buy the game's native tokens as well, and start to play right away. Moreover, they are guaranteed to own their own in-game assets, NFTs, thanks to immutable nature of Vechain towards public blockchain. But remember, all these transactions still take Vetho, which is kind of hidden behind things. They already do this for large corporations, but they want to do this for games. Like VimWorld and Vulcanverse comes to mind. So this could greatly increase the number of people playing the game, which would in turn increase the Vetho burn, which would in turn help our investment. So really, really nice. Hopefully this gets mass adoption within the NFT world. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.